well of Fusil Raffles, who, as Niall mentioned, looks to have an injury after the race that he's just won, after the Adonis. We'll try and give you news on that. I know Nicky Henderson, of course, watching Angel's Breath here, but I believe he's been looked at by the vet, Fusil Raffles, after that, with that injury, coming back in with that. And we'll bring you news on him as and when we have it. There are two nons here. Daphne de Close and Rouge Vif do not go. That means 7 do. A reminder that it is good ground. And there going down is Brecon Hill, who is 25, but 4 to 5 Angel's Breath. Scarlet Dragon 7 to 2, 13 to 2 Southfield Stone, Toki Doki 10 to 1. How strong is Angel's Breath, Dave?
Very strong. Look, and it's only jumped 4 hurdles in public. It has to be on reputation. That reputation is massive, but he's up against a decent flat horse who will be suited by this track. It was impressive at Huntingdon last hour in Scarlet Dragon, but it's odds on. So punters prepared to go with the reputation.
Confirmation 8 and Bob wins 11 to 4 favourite over at Fairy House. There is the grey son of Shantou, Angel's Breath going down. Nico de Boinville rides, and Nicky Henderson now is looking for a quick fire double.
Yeah, he is, Tom, and it was a really impressive winner some half an hour ago with Fusil Raffles in the Adonis. I did report he had a nasty gash in his near hind, sort of like, if you like, shin. The vets are stitching it as we speak. We'll try and get a word with Nicky afterwards. He said there won't be masses of updates. The vets will report how that goes. But regarding the Triumph Hurdle, obviously it's just going to be very much a waiting game because he was so impressive. But that was disappointing.
Yeah, that's a short turnaround, isn't it? That's the trouble. And you've got to give him a few days off. Can't get on the gallows. It's not ideal at all.
No. Okay, we move on into Breath. Hopefully it'll be a lot more smoother here. 4 to 5, big reputation. Look good in the Kennel Gate, albeit we keep going back to only 4 hurdles jumped. He won a point in Moira and soft heavy ground in the north of Ireland when trained by Pat Doyle. Big reputation, and he's in a good race today.
Yes, Scarlet Dragon's going to provide some decent opposition. I'd like to see the hurdling be a little bit sharper today. We saw him jump the 4 at Ascot, but compared to some of his rivals, he did lack a little bit there. Again, it was his first run, straight into a grade 2. Clearly got a good reputation. He was nice and relaxed walking around the paddock. He was a little bit keen first time as well. That form's stacking up though, isn't it? 7 back in 3rd. He's been side since then. The 4th and 5th, similar comments apply. Sets a standard. Really looking forward to see what he can do today.
The Scarlet Dragon's a really likeable, useful, dual-purpose horse for Alan King. Second in this race last year, kept his novice status. Good at Huntingdon last time out.
Yeah, you can tell he's not running a point-to-point Scarlet Dragon. Very much close-coupled, Geldin walking around the paddock, but he looks well. He's had a nice win at Huntingdon. We think that form's quite decent. Second in the race last year. He's surprised a proper test for the favourite.
Southfield Stoney ran the Grade 1 Tolworth last time. Is rated 140. Looks like he's going to bring them along early as we hit post time for the Sky Bet Dovecote Novices Hurdle. It's a Grade 2 event, and looks like we're ready for a prompt starter. Walking forward, let's get up to the commentary box and rejoin Simon.
Yes, looks like Angel's Breath is going to just track the leaders here under Nico de Boinville. Fascinating to see how it gets on. Of course, so high in the betting for the Supreme at the festival. But as James was saying, Scarlet Dragon is quite a fast horse. White with the red seams, and will give a good marker here. Coming forward, Southfield Stone and Harry Cobden leading the field towards the starter for this Grade 2 Sky Bet Dovecote Novices Hurdle. And they're away. Southfield Stone from Brecon Hill, and the favourite tucks in 3rd on the inside, Angel's Breath, just ahead of Scarlet Dragon, Toki Doki in the blue and yellow colours, and then Normal Norman, and in the noseband at the back is IK Brunel. Flight number 1, Southfield Stone over well from Brecon Hill and Angel's Breath, and then Scarlet Dragon, Toki Doki, Normal Norman and IK Brunel. Quickly on to the 2nd. Southfield Stone into it, Brecon Hill, Angel's Breath over in 3rd place, Scarlet Dragon and Toki Doki as they race past the stands with a circuit to go. Both Angel's Breath and Scarlet Dragon both a little bit keen in the early stages as they race towards this turn, and it's Brecon Hill from Southfield Stone, Angel's Breath on the inside of Scarlet Dragon, Toki Doki out wider, just preceding Scarlet Dragon now, and then Normal Norman and a length and a half last to IK Brunel. Heading towards 2 more flights on the side of the course, numbers 3 and 4. Southfield Stone and Harry Cobden in the pink jacket. The white sleeves out wider as Brecon Hill and Daryl Jacob as they move on to the next, and Brecon Hill has taken it up now. Brecon Hill jumping well there. 2 Southfield Stones, Scarlet Dragon close up with these, and then Dovecote, Angel's Breath back in 5th. And a gap opening up to the other 2. This time Brecon Hill not so good, and gone there was Dovecote. Dovecote is down. Harry Skelton on the ground, and Harry's getting to his feet, and the horse is perfectly fine, seems to be moving all right after the others. Meanwhile, heading down the back straight now, turning into the back straight. Brecon Hill by a length and a half to Southfield Stone, Scarlet Dragon and Angel's Breath. 3 or 4 lengths away to Normal Norman and IK Brunel, as they head on towards flight number 5, and Brecon Hill racing with plenty of enthusiasm from Southfield Stone, Scarlet Dragon and Angel's Breath. And then that gap back to Normal Norman and IK Brunel over the next. And this time Scarlet Dragon makes a slight mistake, trails his hind legs through the hurdle. On towards 3 out, Southfield Stone, Scarlet Dragon, Angel's Breath, and then on the outside Brecon Hill. As they go on towards this one, little to choose between this quartet. 3 or 4 lengths away to Normal Norman and finally IK Brunel. This is 3 out, Southfield Stone and Brecon Hill. Scarlet Dragon between them, racing powerfully. No move yet from Angel's Breath and Nico de Boinville on the inside. As they head now into the right hand out of the back straight, there's a gap of 6 lengths to Normal Norman and a bigger break to IK Brunel. Brecon Hill coming under a drive out wide of Southfield Stone. In behind, waiting to pounce, Angel's Breath on the inside of Scarlet Dragon as they race on now towards the final 2 flights. Southfield Stone went on again, goes a length and a half clear. Scarlet Dragon pushed along now, and Angel's Breath goes into second, chasing Southfield Stone, so they're getting sorted out. Southfield Stone, Angel's Breath in hot pursuit, and then Scarlet Dragon as they race on towards the second last in the Dovecote. Southfield Stone jumps at about 2 lengths clear of Angel's Breath. Scarlet Dragon can do no more. Normal Norman is staying on from the back, and Southfield Stone has got Angel's Breath off the bridle now as they race on towards the last. Southfield Stone from Angel's Breath. Oh, it is all wrong, Southfield Stone. Angel's Breath given half a chance down the stand side. They race on the flat. Southfield Stone is hanging to the stand side. Angel's Breath coming with a charging run, racing up to the line. Southfield Stone keeping on well enough to win from Angel's Breath second. Then a big gap to Normal Norman, and tight for 4th, Brecon Hill rallying past Scarlet Dragon, and finally IK Brunel.
Quite a dramatic Skybet Dovecote, and it's went away as Southfield Stone. 6-1 for Harry Cobden and Paul Nicholls, despite a bad mistake at the final flight of hurdles and despite drifting left. He holds entries at Sandown Imperial Cup. He's also in the county handicap hurdle. He's got a mark of 140 coming into this contest. He's beaten the favourite Angel's Breath in second place, who was a little bit keen early, but not enough maybe to say that's the reason why he's got beaten. He's run straight and through in the back of the last, unlike the winner. He's second for Nicky Henderson and Nico de Boinville, and they've pulled clear from Norman in third place for John Ryan and Paddy Brennan. First impressions, James Millman?
Disappointing ultimately from the favourite, wasn't it? But nice intelligent ride by Harry Cobden. Knew the favourite was a little bit keen in Ascot, and he just lobbed along in the grey. Made sure they weren't going too quick. There's a bit of pace injected into it by Daryl Jacob on Brecon Hill, but just a really clever ride by Harry Cobden. The horse has got loads of experience. He stays it a bit further, around over 2.5 at Taunton last time, and his jumping was much the best.
Picked it up here just after halfway. We'd already lost Dovecote. Hopefully he's okay, and Harry Skelton likewise. Simon Holt reported that Harry had got to his feet. Yeah, you're right. Down on the outside, Daryl Jacobs just going to sort of help force the gallop on a little bit more. But if you're watching it here, the favourite Angel's Breath down towards the inside, and you're happy enough.
Yeah, you were happy enough, because hadn't been asked a question. Harry Cobden hadn't asked his to quicken either. Just got Red Hill dropping away now. Just real nice performance by the winner. But is there better novices around? You'd imagine so. Angel's Breath asked the question here, going around the home bend, and really impressive what he's done.
Paul Nicholls just watching on. Southfield Stone, despite a bad mistake and drift, he still won nicely.
He did. He was in front along, we just missed the last, and he did that really well. We've always thought he's a decent horse. He wants his ground.
He's in an Imperial Cup. He's in a county hurdle.
Yeah, he's in a few different races. Yeah, I got to be I'm surprised, to be honest with you. It's just improving a horse who wants better ground, you know.
Look at that when he walked. He was the first horse in the parade ring. I didn't know him, and he said, "That's a big chaser."
Yeah, he's a proper horse for next season, that's for sure. So brilliant job.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
That's Paul Nicholls. He's about to greet the 6-1 winner, Southfield Stone. And Angel's Breath in second place. Just here, he looks a big raw baby. Changes legs. He's awkward down the last. He's awkward over the last, and then he drifts left.
Yeah, gave the favourite every chance to get back involved in it. That was the only jump he jumped badly. The rest of them he popped in really, really nicely. You mentioned him in the paddock, he was very laid back, very professional, and he's improved immensely.
He has, and he's held on close home to win the Dovecote. Let's get back and tidy up the full result with Tom.
Yeah, Southfield Stone is chaser in the making type, isn't he? Another exciting one for this yard, who are flying at the moment. 6-1 the winner, Southfield Stone. Harry Cobden for Paul Nicholls. Angel's Breath was second, the 8-11 favourite. He travelled pretty nicely into the race. He was definitely keen in the early part of the race, and then perhaps didn't find as much as, well, certainly as favourite backers and Nicky Henderson and team would have liked. It's here he starts to come under the pump, and they're quite away from each other. They swap places, if you like, in the straight. Just out to his left there was Southfield Stone. Pretty straight at that was Angel's Breath. But it's now, Dave, that the warning signs are there, and he starts to get a fair bit more animated, does Nico de Boinville?
He does. I definitely think the second is another long-term prospect. It's another chaser, another stayer. Yeah, you can't really knock the winner for running about a bit. He's been in front, he's getting tired. But it was an impressive performance and a boost for his credentials in a race like a county. I just wonder whether a county hurdle that Paul Nicholls touched on then, or Niall asked him about,